and of course my YouTubers. Good morning, good morning, good morning. How are you all doing today? If it's your first time coming on any of my live platforms, I just want to welcome you to Celie's Kitchen Live. My name is Carlene Perry, and I'll be cooking something very special for you today on my live. Of course, I cook a lot of Jamaican foods with a twist. Yes, everything I make, it has a little twist to it. Pineapple jerk chicken. I twist my waffles. I add. Don't be surprised if I had jerk seasoning in my waffles one day. Anyway, I'm not sure about that, but let's see. Good morning, Steffi. Good morning to all my viewers this morning. And guys, for my TikTokers, please feel free to go ahead and send your gifts. And to my YouTubers, you could send me your gifts as well. You could visit our merch store and purchase a hoodie. It's getting cold. I don't know where you are watching from, but if it's warm in your country, you could also purchase a t-shirt, an apron, some gloves, a teacup, something. Good morning, Steffi from Facebook. Good morning, good morning, good morning. So guys, this morning, I'll be making something very different. We have heard about Rasta pasta. Well, I'll be making a little Rasta pasta with some tin mackerel. Yes, some mackerel in the can, some authentic Grace Jack mackerel. I will be making this, and I will be whipping it up in some Rasta pasta. Okay. Good morning and thanks for joining.
Hello.
Hello. Thanks for joining me on TikTok.
I am super secretary.
Could you reduce the noise in the background, sir? There's a lot of noise in your background. I'm on other live platforms, so it's interrupting my life. So good morning. How are you? Alrighty. So I just accepted someone to join me on my live on TikTok. So this morning, guys, before I start my live show, this morning, guys, thanks for your gifts. Thank you so much for your gifts. So I'm going to start by making some tea. And this particular tea right here is a liver cleanse. It's a liver cleanse. And, doctor diagnosed me with fatty liver, 33% fatty liver. So guess what? I will be maintaining my liver for as long as God wants me on this earth. So I'll be eating healthy stuff to maintain that. So I've been drinking this liver cleanse tea for the longest, and it's very tasty. Sometimes I add a little honey to it. Sometimes I just drink it without anything in it. Good morning, Chris. Good morning, Barbara from YouTube. She said, good morning, Rasta, don't eat. You're funny. Alrighty. I don't know how they survive. Alrighty, so my water is already hot, so I'm adding some hot water so my tea can seep. So I'm spilling it. I need a little spill right here. Sorry, you're interrupting my live. I might have to take him off my live because it's interrupting my live a lot. I accepted him from another country, but hey. Sir, could you reduce the noise in the background? Oh, Lord, I'll never accept anybody to come on my live again because this is disrupting. Because he has a lot of kids in the background and it's really disturbing my live. Okay, Damien said backside Rasta pasta, nice. Come cook. What he said? What did you say? Come cook my Thanksgiving dinner tomorrow. Oh, tomorrow is your Thanksgiving. Oh, nice. You should have told me. I would definitely fly to Canada and I'll be doing it on live as well because I really want to spread my wings And
Come
in
on,
the
guys.
coming
Come on,
year,
guys.
I'll be traveling to other states to
Come
do
on, guys. Come
events.
on, guys. Come
So
on,
I'll be
guys.
going on live so you guys can see. Good morning, Miss Joycey on both platforms. Miss Joyce Dixon from church. I have to differentiate.
Come on,
And
guys. Come on, guys.
Joycey from Jamaica. Alrighty, guys. So my tea is sipping right here. I feel like adding something
Come
to
on,
it,
guys.
but
Come on,
no, I'm
guys.
gonna
Tap the
drink it
screen.
straight.
Tap the screen. Come on, guys. Come on, guys. Double tap करें. Double tap करें.
Okay, guys. So over here, I
Come on,
already
guys. Come on,
boiled
guys.
some penne pasta. Yes, I already boiled some penne pasta. And guys, when you're boiling your pasta, you have to make sure it's not
Come
overcooked
on, guys. Come on,
or
guys.
undercooked. You have to make sure it's perfectly cooked, and these are perfectly cooked. The trick is when you're boiling your pasta, you can tip a little olive oil in the pot so it doesn't stick,
Come on,
and you
guys.
just have to time it. If it's overcooked, it's gonna be flat, and you don't want your presentation to be poor. You don't want your presentation to be poor. So, you just have to be mindful of that. I'm gonna have to release this guy off of my live because it's very distracting. It's very, very distracting. Sir, you're making a lot of noise in the background. I'm gonna delete you from my live.
Come on, guys. Come on, guys.
Okay. All right, guys. So let me get a ball rolling. So let me put some fire under this frying pan right here. I have some water in it. I just washed it, as a matter of fact. So while my pot is getting hot, I'm going to be cleaning my mackerel. I don't know about you guys, but I clean my mackerel. That's why I don't eat canned mackerel from people, because they don't prepare it the way I prepare it. And I'm very leery of that. So I'm going to be separating the bone. Although they say the bone is the healthiest part of the mackerel, I'm going to be separating the bone from the meat part of it. So I'm just going to open. So these are two big chunky pieces. These are two big chunky pieces, guys. And I'm going to be separating it, and I'm going to be taking out the bone. So let me grab a glove from my cupboard. Oh, where are my gloves? All right, guys, so I grabbed 2 gloves because I want to be, cross-contamination, and I just want to make sure everything is clean in my kitchen. So I'm just going to grab a pair of gloves. My food addiction just joined. Good morning. How are you? Thanks for joining the live. Thanks for joining my live. Alrighty. So guys, I'm just going to be taking out the bone from the mackerel. There's one nice big piece of bone right here. So I'm just going to remove the bone because I don't want to be eating my pasta with a bone in it. And I'm going to be cleaning out the little goo on the side. Alrighty. So I'll be removing the bone from the other one. And I'm taking out the guts. Because sometimes the mackerel has the gut in it. I hate that. I'm gonna have to end my TikTok, and I'm gonna have to restart it because I have to get this guy off. I'm just gonna end my TikTok, and I'm gonna go back on live because that's crazy. Robot with All right, so I'm going live on TikTok again because I had to get that guy off. He doesn't speak English, and I'm trying to tell him to eliminate the noise in the background. Good morning, Tanya. How are you? Thanks for joining the live. Alrighty, guys. So I've separated the bone from the mackerel, which we Jamaicans call dotty gal. Alrighty, so I've separated all the bones and everything. I've cleaned it. So that's taken care of. Ooh, I have some juice spilling here from the mackerel. Oh, I don't want to make a mess right here. All right. Want to keep everything nice and clean, right? Okay, so my pot is already hot. So what I'm going to do, I have some seasoning cut up here. I'm going to be saving some for my Rasta pasta. And I'm going to be using some to cook up the mackerel. So let me just, hold on. Let me just rinse this knife off. So these are some Bahama bombs. Now these tomatoes came from the Bahamas. I found them in a farmer's market on Hillside Avenue. They're really sweet. They have an orangey taste. And as you know, guys, I don't really like tomatoes, but I'm using these because they taste really, really extremely good. So I'm just going to chop them up real quick right here because you can't cook tin mackerel without tomatoes. And I don't like to use the Roma tomatoes, which we call plummy back in Jamaica. I like to use the baby ones because in my mind, and maybe I'm wrong, I feel that the younger ones it's more potent. It tastes more, it gives the food more flavor. It gives the food more flavor. Alrighty, guys. So I'm just gonna add some of my onions to the pot, some of my scallions, and the tomatoes. I'm gonna save the garlic and the other ingredients for the pasta because remember, everything is gonna be mixed together. So this morning, guys, I'm using some avocado oil. We don't want to burn this too much because the pot is very hot. So I'm just gonna add some onions. I'm going to add the tomatoes. And I'm adding some, as I told you, because I'm saving some for the Rasta pasta. And then I'm going to add some scallions. I'm going to add some green onions, which they call scallions. And of course, I'm going to add some peppers, but not a lot because we're going to put a lot of peppers in the Rasta pasta. And I'm not, guys, the name Rasta pasta all came around because of the peppers. The red, green, and gold peppers, which I have on the cutting board right here. A lot of people don't know that. So I'm just sauteing my seasoning for the mackerel. And then I'm going to add my mackerel with the sauce and everything. Oh, piece of bone there right here, so. So I'm adding the sauce and everything that came in the can. Oh, I made a spill right here. You know we keep it real up in Silly's kitchen. I made a spill right here, so I'm cleaning up. And of course, all right, it's nice and clean again. All right. So guys, I'm sauteing the mackerel with all the seasoning. I'm not breaking it up too much because we want to eat chunks of the mackerel in the Rasta pasta. Yes, we want to eat chunks of the mackerel in the Rasta pasta. So two things that make the Rasta pasta unique. And it's the jerk seasoning and the peppers. And of course, the heavy cream, the sauce. That's what helped to make it very special. So we are cooking up our little tin of mackerel here. And of course, I like to spice up my mackerel. You know, So I'm going to add a little bit of garlic powder. And I'm adding some Mrs. Dash. Let me turn on my fire. And of course, we're adding a little organic basket and bowl. No artificial colors, flavors, preservatives, and it's gluten-free. By Bowl and Basket. I was surprised when I saw it. Oh, I forget I didn't open it yet. I forget I did not open this ketchup as of yet. All right. So let's squeeze a little tomato ketchup in our mackerel. Not a lot, because remember, it's already in tomato sauce. So you don't want to pour too much. And I want this to dry down a little bit, because remember, I'm just going to scoop the mackerel out to put it on top of the cream sauce in the Rasta pasta. So we're going to leave this, let it simmer for a little bit. We're going to leave this and let it simmer for a little bit. And I just want to add a little drop of my Asian style sweet and sour sauce, because I like when my mackerel is yummy. It has a slight, not sweetish taste, but just barely there sweetish taste and a tang to it. Normally I would add a little lime juice or a little vinegar, but because it's going to go on top of my Rasta pasta, I don't want to add that to it, because I don't want to have too many different tastes going on. You just want a nice, flavorful Rasta pasta. So I'm going to put this on the back stove to simmer for a little bit. And then I'm going to make it dry down, and then I turn it off. And you know, I clean as I go along. I like to clean my stove as I go along. I don't like a dirty stove, because if the stove is dirty, I can't eat the food. All right. Okay. Let me wash my hands. Let me take 2 sips off my tea. I was going to use my wok to do the Rasta pasta, but I changed my mind. I'm going to use a flat skillet so you guys can see what I'm doing, because if I use the wok, it's deep and you won't be able to see, and I want you guys to see everything. Good morning, Yvette. How are you? Oh, I can't have it. I don't eat mackerel. Oh, so sad. Welcome back to my live, my TikTokers. I had to jump off a live in order to get that guy off, because I was trying to click him off and it wouldn't come off. So my apologies again for the break-in transmission. So now, just gonna change my pot. The spot is very big, so I had to remove the mackerel. But the mackerel is basically cooked up, so I have nothing to worry about. So I'm just making the pot hot, and I'm gonna chat with you a little bit. Of course, last weekend was my friend's funeral and repast. It was a joyous moment. It was a sad occasion, but it was also a joyous moment, because I know she's in a better place. She made her peace with her God, and we laid her to rest Monday morning. Everything went well. Everything went well. And I just want to say to Corinne and her brothers, you know, my condolences again. Life goes on. Pick up the pieces and let's live. Let's live. Let's eat healthy, enjoy life, and let's live. Hi, good morning, Shelly, my sissy-in-law, Dwayne's sister. How are you? Joining me all the way from Maryland. Yes, guys, she moved out of New York. She left New York. And then she still harass me for my food. You ever hear anything, so? I tell you, man. She still wants my food, but she's up north. Good morning, Judy Ann. Thanks for joining the live. She said, what you cooking today? I'm cooking, in Jamaican language, dirty gal, Rasta pasta. So in other words, I'm making tin mackerel Rasta pasta. Alrighty, guys. So for those of you who are just joining the live, welcome to Celie's Kitchen Live. My name is Carlene with an accent. And this morning, I'll be cooking some Rasta pasta with some tin mackerel, which otherwise is called dirty gal. Anyway, I'm crazy. All right. So I'm adding some country crock butter to my pot first. And of course, I'm going to add some coconut milk to my Rasta pasta. Now, guys, when you buy anything in the can, if you use things from the can, make sure you clean the top. I washed this top off before my life started with soap because this is what you call bacteria on this thing because it was sitting on the shelf in a store. So dust and all the free radicals and everything is on top of this can. So it's already washed and clean. I forgot to mention that when I opened the mackerel. Alrighty. So let's shake it up before I actually open it. So I'm adding some nice, rich, creamy coconut milk. So I added a whole can of creamy coconut milk to my pot. And I'm going to be adding the seasoning. So I need my paddle. Because when you're cooking certain things, you just need your paddle to stir. So I just need my paddle to stir this coconut milk in the butter. Yeah. And then I'm going to be adding some Hood heavy cream. The reason why I chose this particular one, I couldn't find the plant-based one that I normally use because it's in my neighborhood. I didn't go to the organic place where I normally buy. But this was the best choice I could pick this morning. This one has no artificial growth hormones, and that's important to me. I'm a woman. You don't want any growth hormones going inside your body. You know, some women have fibroids. Some women have issues with their womb. You don't need to be having milky stuff or dairy stuff that has any growth hormones in it. So I chose this one, and this is heavy cream. So you can't make the Rasta pasta without heavy cream. So I'm going to add some heavy cream in the pot. I'm not using the whole box. I just poured some. And I'm just going to stir lightly because I'm going to cook this sauce until it starts thickening. Until it starts thickening. And good morning, Sandra. Sandra, I did inbox you on Facebook. Damien, who is on my live right now, he came to New York and I gave him your gift. I gave him your gift. So you could probably hit up each other, but I think I sent you his number in the text message that I sent you. So you could hit him up to get your gift. I'm not sure where in Canada you live, but I'm sure you guys can link up. I know you probably live in Toronto. He lives somewhere around there. Alrighty. So now, guys, you can't make Rasta pasta without the jerk seasoning. Hey. So now I'm going to be adding some authentic Walker's Wood jerk seasoning. I don't want to add too much because I don't want it too spicy, because you don't want a very spicy Rasta pasta. You don't want to be eating something and you're because it's too hot. You just want the flavor of the peppery taste in the pasta. So I'm just gently stirring this in my sauce. And then I'm going to be adding my seasoning, my fresh seasoning. So now I have right here, oops, I forget I didn't grate the garlic. Let me grate some garlic. And you know we keep it real up in here. So I'm grating 3 cloves of garlic. We want to make sure we get every piece off of this grater. Alrighty, so now I could put everything in the pot. So I have some chopped onions right here. I'm adding some chopped onions. And then I'm adding some green onions, which we call scallions, to the pot. I'm adding some red peppers, some yellow peppers, and some green peppers in the sauce. So everything is in the pot that should be in there. So I'm just going to stir until this thing starts thickening. And you could see the sauce, guys. It's nice and thick already. I can't wait to drop the pasta in. Because you don't want the sauce to be too watery. Because you don't want a watery pasta. You want the pasta to be rich. Yes, you need to be tasting something creamy and rich. So I'm stirring this in. And then I'm going to be adding some dried thyme, but I'm not going to be adding the stems because you don't want to be eating the pasta and then you're eating the stems. You know, guys, people don't understand the presentation of your food, and the taste is very, very, very extremely important. And whenever someone hires my services to do catering, the first question I ask them, is there another caterer? Because you don't want to be catering for a function or be catering for someone and someone else's food is there and there's some important pointers. They're not insured. You don't know how their food tastes. And then people see you as a chef there serving the people and then they think it's your food. The food might be too salt. The food might not be cooked properly. The food might be raw. And people sue for the least things these days. You have to be so careful. Recently I had an encounter with something similar. I catered for an event, and I won't say what it is. But recently I catered for an event. And someone else did half of the catering. And in the night when I got home from the event, somebody called me at 12 o'clock in the night. I'm like, why is he calling me? And he kept calling and I said, no, I'm tired. I'm not talking to nobody tonight. And then he sent me a text. So I opened the text and the text says, your curry, whatever, didn't taste good. I'm like, I did not make any curry for this event. No, I didn't. It wasn't my food. And he said, yes, it was your food. I said, listen to me. And then I start sending him pictures of my food. And he said, oh. He said, well, whoever else catered, that didn't taste good. And not only that, somebody else called the next day to say they had diarrhea. Because understand something about curry, guys. If curry is not properly cooked, it can make you sick. If curry is not sitting in the right temperature after it's cooked to be served to the public, it can make you sick. And that's one of the reasons why I tell my staff, listen, if this is cooked at a certain time, it has to be on the heat. Or if it's salad, when I make my salad, it has to be in the refrigerator. I don't play that because you're dealing with people's stomach, and you have to be mindful of what people are eating from you. So that's so important, guys. Anyway, enough of that. Alrighty, so now I need to add some other flavorings to the pot. So I'm adding a little garlic powder, a little bit of Mrs. Dash, a little Goya adobo, a little onion powder, and let's stir up this bad boy right here. So guys, you can see how thick the sauce has gotten. It's so thick, you can't even imagine. So now it's thick enough where I can just drop my pasta inside the pot. Yes, so I'm adding my penne pasta to the pot. So I just want to kind of separate some of them. Some of them stick a little bit because it was sitting in the bowl since I boiled it. And you just want to put this on high fire and you just want to stir this in. You just want to stir this in. And you could see the thick, creamy coconut sauce all over this Rasta pasta. Rasta pasta with a twist. Who say Rasta pasta can thing there with coconut milk? So I switch away from the original recipe and I added coconut milk to my Rasta pasta. Coconut adds a very unique flavor to your food, guys. It does. And of course, I'm going to add a little Parmesan cheese to the mixture for top it off. So you just want to stir this in until it melts. You just want to stir this in until it melts down into the creaminess and the goodness of this pot this morning. So guys, you could see the array of peppers in the pot. It's very colorful. And what I'm going to do to make it even more colorful, so everything is all evened out in the pot, I'm just going to grate this little piece of carrot in there, just to add a little enhancement to the mix. And I'm not using the whole carrot either because you don't need a lot. A little goes a long way. So this is a very healthy Rasta pasta this morning. So I'm just going to mix this in. So it's even more colorful. Boy, guys, I can smell the goodness and the gooiness. I can smell the goodness in this pot. Alrighty now. So I have one pot of mackerel here, which I'm not going to put the sauce. Let me save the sauce for eat with bread tomorrow. You know me keep it real up in here. So I'm just going to add some mackerel in my pot. So I'm not really taking the sauce from it. I'm just easing up. You know what see what I'm using to take it up? Because we don't want to get too much of that red sauce in it. I'm even shaking off the red sauce. All right, guys. So who said we can't make Rasta pasta? Jamaican would say dirty gal. So just gently mix it in. Mix it in. Gently mix it in. And guys, I don't want to mash up the mackerel too much, you know. But we just want to make sure it gets in on the mixture. And guys, look at this whole pot of goodness. Look at this whole pot of goodness right here. So now, guys, now. I need to get my platter. I need to go pull my platter. Give me a second. So here it is. My platter. Let me rinse this off because I'll be using this to scoop up my Rasta pasta. So break feast / brunch is ready. And I wouldn't even call this a break feast this morning. I would more likely call this a brunch because it's now 12 minutes after 11. So it's more a brunch than a breakfast. Well, brunch is between breakfast and lunch. So, hey. So I'm just going to scoop this goodness right here. So scoop up some of the mackerel. All right, I'm put a little bit more. Because, you know, we're making a presentation. And we want to make sure we have all the colors of the peppers on the plate. So let me pick out some green pepper right here. So So we have some greens, some yellows, and some reds on it. So of course, guys, presentation matters to me. And you know, a lot of people eat with their eyes. I hate potlucks. I hate to go to an event and different people cook the food. Because you know what? I'm very leery of how their kitchen is. I don't know if they have roaches. I don't know if they have rats. I don't know if they're clean. So I don't like to go to an event where they have potlucks, people bringing this and that and that. I'm not eating. Sorry, I'm not eating. If you're catering for an event, go in one direction. And that's what I always tell my clients. If your catering is not in one direction, I can't cook for you. I made an exception this time for one of my clients for a recent event, which I had no control over. But I like to cater for an event where the food goes in one direction. So anything goes wrong, which most times nothing goes wrong, it's in one direction. You can't wonder if it's miss this or Mr. this food or my food. No, it's in one direction. So my presentation matters. So I just want to clean the edge of my plate, my platter, not my plate. And then, of course, I'm going to garnish this with some parsley. So I'm adding a little parsley as a garnish. And of course, sometimes when you go out to eat pasta, guys, you want some Parmesan cheese. Hey. You want a little Parmesan cheese on it. So you got a mixture. So, guys, I present to you this morning Mackerel Rasta pasta, otherwise known in our Jamaican dialect as dirty gal. So it's some dirty gal Rasta pasta. So guys, I can't wait to taste this because the smell is just burning off my nose. So I can't wait to tell you how great this thing tastes. I can't wait. Lord of mercy. This tastes so good, guys. Oh. Let's taste some with the mackerel. The pepper killed me. Yes, I could taste the jerk seasoning. I could taste everything. Charlie said, I want some. Come get it. This is the best Rasta pasta I've ever had. Not because I make it. No, guys. This is so good. So good. I can't even tell you how good it tastes. So, guys, I wanted to share this live. Everybody, TikTok, Facebook, YouTube, please share my live. We need to spread this word about this Rasta pasta this morning. We need to share this word about the dirty gal Rasta pasta. It's the best. This is what you call belly full. And I'm not eating this whole bulk. This is a lot. But I only put that amount for display. So, I always never drink off my tea, but I'm going to drink off my tea this morning. So, guys, if you like, by the way, before I go, I started to take Thanksgiving orders this week. Boxes and boxes of my baking pans came this week. Boxes and boxes of different sizes. I'll be doing pumpkin fruit cakes. I'll be making the signature carrot cake, which everybody loves. I will also be making ham. I'm not doing turkeys, guys. I can't manage the turkey. It's overwhelming. If I ever put it out there that I'm taking turkey orders for Thanksgiving, I know I won't be able to handle it. People are literally begging me to do turkeys. Some people want jerk turkeys. Some people want the butter garlic turkeys. But I think I'll only be doing the turkey wings this year. I'll only be doing the turkey wings. And I think Miss Joycey is on this live from my church. She had my turkey wings last year, and she can tell you how great, and you could text it in the chat, Miss Joycey, how great my turkey wings were. I even catered for an event last year, and I did pans and pans of the turkey wings, and people are still talking about it. Guys, we Jamaicans, we don't really like turkey like that, but we'll eat the wings because it's too meaty. And even though we celebrate Thanksgiving because we live here, most times the turkey end up in the garbage the next week, a couple of days after, because they eat it and eat it and eat it and get tired of it because it's too meaty. But if you try my turkey wings, and I have different flavors, I have the butter garlic, I have the barbecue, I have the Barbie fry. I do them in different flavors, so people tend to like it. It's something different. It's something with a twist, and you find that people gravitate to the change. So, guys, I'm taking Thanksgiving orders. I'll be putting out the flyer between now and Monday with the different packages. I have family packages. You can inbox me. You have my phone number. You can call me to put in your orders. I have a cutoff time. November 5th will be my cutoff period. I'm not taking no more orders after November 5th. So get your orders in early. Better late, better early than never. No, I was about to say better late than never. Better early than never. Please put your orders in early, guys, because I'm going to have a cutoff time. I'll be doing black cake as well. I didn't plan to do black cake because Christmas is right around the corner, but some people are begging me to do the fruit cake because I don't know what is in my fruit cake that everybody loves, but especially Miss Farron from all the way in Washington State, when she ordered fruit cakes, you should see me going to the post office like a donkey with boxes and boxes of cakes. I mean, she orders like cake in the teens, 12, 13, 14. She orders a lot of cake when she order. I don't know if she sell them back or she give them away. I don't care. But anyway, I get paid. She's one of my best customers from day one. You know, Jamaicans would say, she make you put your pot on fire. She put on my pot on the fire back in the day when I just started. Yeah, she would order like crazy. She goes crazy over the fruit cake. I I think she has tasted the carrot cake. This year I'm not doing bread pudding, guys. People begging me to do the Bailey's bread pudding. I'm not doing bread puddings for Thanksgiving. I'm only gonna be doing the pumpkin fruit cake, the carrot fruit cake, and of course the Jamaican style black cake. Those are the cakes that I will be doing. I'm not doing anything outside of that. No pudding. So all who like cornmeal pudding like last year, I was greater in potato like Myrtle, a country. I'm not greater on a potato because I like to make my potato pudding from scratch the Jamaican way. So I don't put it in a blender or any blending device. I like to grate it because it gives it a different texture. It gives it the original texture. And then it have the hallelujah on the top, the soft part, and the glory in the middle. Yeah, that's how I make my potato pudding. So people love it. So anyway, guys, I'm talking too much. Thanks for joining my live. Share the live. Send a like. Put a comment. And of course, guys, if you're not yet subscribed to any of my platforms, I don't know what you're waiting on. So please follow me on TikTok right now if you're not following me on TikTok, my TikTokers. Facebook, if you're not following me, click that follow button. And YouTube, if you're not yet subscribed to the channel, I don't know what you're waiting on. Like, share, and subscribe. So as Jamaicans would say, walk good. So I want everybody on this live this morning to take care of yourself and of course, walk good. Bye-bye. Oh.